He said that he wanted to return specifically the Smithsonian to a point where it represented American greatness and cultural achievement. Those are the exact words. And to the point that you were making, like anything that white people did in American history is seen is through rose-colored glasses, right? Like it's always exalted, no matter how barbaric, no matter how horrible it was. I made a TikTok yesterday about the Smithsonian specifically, and how for decades they had a racial brain collection where they would collect the brains of people of color, specifically starting in DC with black people and black children who had died. They would steal their brains and use it for eugenicist research. And all of this research would then go on to push forward forced sterilization, immigration restrictions, and segregationist laws. And then, surprise, I don't know if you know this, but I'm sure you know this, but I don't know if a lot of the audience members know this, but then the Nazis went on to study the American model. There's a whole book called Hitler's American Model, where the Nazis studied the policies of racism and racial violence against black and indigenous people, largely that was pushed through the American Eugenics Society, which members of the Smithsonian were a part of, to then go on and carry out the Holocaust. So for them to say that this was a time of like greatness and to just whitewash all of this and paint it as neutral history to exalt the people who did this, it's barbaric, it's insane. And I feel like for conservatives, I wish, like my hope and my wish is that they can just understand that neutrality does not exist, and that when we call something out as white supremacy or anti-blackness, it's not us adding on a layer of insanity, like you said, or any other form of ideology. It's us calling attention to something that already exists. Nothing is neutral, nothing is colorblind. That stuff happened, and we're just talking about what happened.
Yes.